That's right, it is Pancake Tuesday, also known as Shrove Tuesday, and we are cooking with pancakes throughout the show. Now, a little bit earlier on, we made a savory dish, pancake lasagna with Chef Zola. Now we're going to make something a little sweeter. It's different, it's tacos, and trust me, you want to try this out. Here to help us make it is Alfred Henry, and he is from the Capsicum Culinary Studio, and he's going to show us exactly how to do it. Chef Alfred, how are you?
Morning, all right.
Good to see you.
Likewise, it's been a while.
It has been a while, so we are very, very happy to have you back, and I see you coming back with a bang.
Coming back with a bang, something nice and sweet.
I know, it's something that I've actually never seen done before. We're making tacos out of pancakes.
Something different, something different.
Very nice.
Instead of having the savory dish, we can go for something sweet.
I know, let's just change it up a bit, I say.
Why not?
So what do we need for the recipe today?
So for the recipe, you need your 2 eggs.
Yes.
We're going to take those out.
Just pop them, make them from scratch.
Make them from scratch.
Now, what is the best way to make sure that your pancakes don't come out? Because mine usually come out quite heavy.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could break something with them.
The trick really is not to overmix the mixture, overwork the flour too much, and then also not to make the pancakes too thick in the pan. You want them nice and thin.
Light and fluffy.
Traditional French crepe. Okay. So we add our water. We've got our milk. We throw those in.
Yeah.
Then we've got our flour, Sasko flour. Drizzle that over the top.
Pop that in there.
Pop that in. Pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Always add a bit of salt. Just enhances the flavor. And then the trick is also our melted butter. That helps the pancake release from the pan really well.
Nice.
Yeah. We mix those all together.
Now, while you're mixing those, this is quite interesting because on the actual Sasko bag, there is a nice, useful conversion table, which is really nice because you can just cut it out, and you can put it on your fridge, and it'll tell you exactly what a 1/4 cup equals to. Because I always say, when they say a 1/4 cup or a 1/2 cup, I'm like, oh, but how much is that if I've got like a measuring spoon or things like that?
Yeah, people often get confused if they've got a scale.
Yeah.
Then they don't know how to convert it across.
Exactly, exactly. Well, while you're mixing that up, if you would like the recipe for what we're making this morning, which is our sweet pancake tacos, all you have to do is SMS the word Sasko to 33728, and we'll gladly pass that recipe on to you. But the nice thing is, once you have SMS'd that keyword, you will also automatically be entered into our competition to walk away with a Sasko hamper. And that contains things like a Kenwood mixer, different muffin pans and baking trays and spatulas and whisks and everything that you need to enjoy your baking experience.
Oh, that sounds good.
Sounds nice, eh?
Sounds very good. So what I've done there is I've just added our crepe mix or our pancake mix into the pan.
There we go.
Pan slightly warm.
Okay.
See, it cooks really quickly. The trick to see also is it'll start to brown around the edges. Then you know it's cooked underneath really nicely.
All right.
And it'll release well.
It'll start to pop off the sides, and that's when you know it needs to come off. All right. Now, pancake is not something that do you flip it, or do you really just make sure that it's brown on the one side?
No, you definitely need to flip it. You need to flip
it.
You need to cook the other side a little bit through.
Okay.
But yeah. A lot of people, I don't generally use spatulas.
Yeah.
Obviously, chef's hands toughened over the years. So I find it easier if I just take my fingers.
There we
just flip it over like that.
That does the job.
Or you can try and do the traditional frame, flip it up.
Well, are you going to flip it for us today?
No. Just in case it doesn't work.
Oh, come on.
Then it ends up on the floor.
Okay.
So what we've got there, so that one's cooked.
Yeah. So now I'm very, very interested to know, how do we get from it being like this, which is very flimsy and floppy, to it being hard and, you know, basically have the taco shell like we have over there?
Well, we've got a pre-cooked one here that we've done earlier.
Yep.
So what we do is we place it down on the surface. We can take a bowl or a cutter. You just pop it round, trim that off into a nice, neat shape.
Yeah. And you can decide what size you want your tacos to be.
Yeah, you can. You can really have a nice, really big one, or you can have quite a small one.
All right.
So there we go. We've got that. And then what we do is we've got a piece of foil, which we've just shaped. Or you can use a rolling pin or a stainless steel rod or anything like that. You just take it, you pop it over, you let it shape like that.
Look at that.
Dry it out in the oven at 100 degrees for half an hour to an hour. And then it dries out really nice, and you end up with your beautiful taco shell.
Voila, you have your taco shell.
Taco shell.
Okay.
Nice, sweet taco shell.
Very nice. Okay, so now assuming that we've done the entire process, we have our taco shells, how do we fill them with our lovely sweet fillings?
Sweet filling? Well, our sweet filling, it's a traditional English dessert that we call Eton mess.
Oh, wow.
It really is. It's really decadent and rich. I've just added a few amaretti biscuits into it to add a really nice almond flavor. Crunch. So it's a combination of chantilly cream, which is cream sweetened with sugar, a little bit of vanilla. We've got our fresh raspberries, our amaretti biscuits, and then I've got a little bit of raspberry coulis, which we're going to drizzle over the top.
Very, very nice. So you're going to pop that in, but you know what, right, when we're done, we're going to be heading over to a pancake race.
Oh,
have you heard of the pancake races?
I've heard about it,
They happen all around the UK on Pancake Day, and basically where it started was a housewife was busy making pancakes, and she heard the church bell ringing, you know, for the beginning of the service, and she wasn't done, and she basically ran out of our house with a pancake, the pan and the pancake still very much in her hand, and that's where the pancake races came from.
Excellent.
So we're going to be doing that a little bit later, but before we do that, once again, if you would like this very, very cool recipe for pancake tacos, SMS the word Sasko to 33728. We'll pass that along to you, plus you'll automatically go into our competition to win a Sasko baking hamper. Really nice.
Really, really good.
I can't wait to tuck into these.
So we've got those there, and then just to finish those off a little bit, we'll take an amaretti biscuit,
Nice.
just crumble it over the top. Really adds a nice almond flavour. A little bit of the raspberry coulis.
There we go. And while we are eating these, thank you so much, Chef. The races are ready to kick off. May the best man or woman win.
Another delicious recipe brought to you by Sasko flour. Always soft and fluffy.